Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington football team and the Carolina Panthers. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Stafford. Catch here, left side, Thomas. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
At the 49-yard line.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. He's going to look deep for more. This is caught. And we're taken across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. And this will be good.
Panthers 7, Washington nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
On first down, Kaepernick. He'll find Barber out of the backfield. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 23 yards, the final tally.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up the first down.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory.
Washington ball carrier.
John Simon in on the stop. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
This is Love.
46 yards.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Kaepernick. Flush to his right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Washington first down.
Now Kaepernick. Dancing to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his first touchdown on the year. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. And the QB rating right now is sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. But I think 158.3 is the number one.
Yep, that's the
right,
high
that's the
mark.
highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now a run with McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
He's going to look deep for more. This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. A gain of 32 that time.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
These two teams all tied after one.
First quarter, with the score tied 7-7.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. He showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 5-yard line.
Out of the gun, Stafford eluding the pressure right. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
The tackle made at the 3-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers have taken the lead.
It's good.
And it's up and good.
Panthers 14, Washington 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7 as they come up 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. And he's going to keep Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot, and that time he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And a short return to the 6-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Buying time to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Franklin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A very solid gain of 27. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. On 1st down, here's Love. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory.
The ball carrier.
Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage. That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
From the gun on 3rd down, Kaepernick flushed out right. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They're going for it. It's Kaepernick. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the Panthers will get the football back. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers.
Panthers.
So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the 1st half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Panthers add on to their lead. That is kick is good.
Panthers 35, Washington 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and winning or losing. But I'll guarantee you, it's not very good. That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. That's going to be caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Robbie Anderson, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point right down the middle, and the route is on here in this first half.
Washington 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
On the other side, a little inside. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Make that now 3 first-half touchdown passes for Matthew Stafford. And the Panthers have got it on cruise control. And his kick is right through.
Score Panthers 49, Washington 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble of bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Over the middle, complete. That's Love. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He's trying to get it to Terry McLaurin. That'll bring up 2nd down.
John Johnson on the coverage.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Kaepernick. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Incomplete. It's third down.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. A final shot before half for Kaepernick. Going up top. And the throw there going to be incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25. Yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now it's the backup Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally set.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try to run with McCaffrey, and they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
The ball carrier.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that 4th.
And why wouldn't they? It's not just getting the 4th. He's the hot hand, so to speak, right? The hot feet in this.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Takes over 1st and 10.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And the passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. On the ground, McCaffrey. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. 15-yard line.
6 makes it 3rd and 2.
Third and 2, Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford. And the Panthers just continue to pour it on. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Smith. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense...
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Washington takes over 1st and 10.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
Bryce Love.
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Washington on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Throw. Throw left side complete. That's Franklin. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll run forward with Love, and he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. McCaffrey. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a first down.
At the 9-yard line.
Stafford now to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And this offense continues to pour it on as that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Here's Love again. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
Now Smith being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
For Washington.
Here's Tressway now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
He's going to look deep for more and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Number 22.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. The Panthers on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Going to go up top for the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Staying on the ground, it's Love. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now a dump off here complete. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. Or earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Here we go on 4th. Smith. He's going to let it fly. Oh, wide open. Complete. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They snap it to Smith. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing here, Stafford. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey, but it's going to be 2nd down. Throwing again, Stafford. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll start the drive with Love here. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll keep it on the ground. Love gets it up around the 22 and no further. Did show some power on the run, but not a whole lot of room. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Smith now on 3rd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Intercepted. The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Stafford going to throw it. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll try and run it. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
On second down, McCaffrey.
Today's final
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Carolina, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll get another home date next week as the Patriots will come to town. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.